Hello guys and welcome back to a new video and to a new backtesting session, right? So I was backtesting the whole day. I did like 6 backtesting sessions and this is the last one for the day. And I said, why not share it with you guys? Maybe you're gonna find some value in it, right? So this is my journal of the last couple of days, the last 2 days, right? I'm gathering some data. So far, 34 trades. I have backtested 7 days so far, right? And I'm gonna gather more data, probably to 100 trade. And then I'm gonna analyze this whole journal, right? And try to come out with a refined model with a better RR, a better win rate, less drawdown, right? That's the whole objective of backtesting and journaling. So we're gonna do a quick backtesting session. I'm not gonna log in the trade. We want to make this quick and informative. So first of all, let's choose a random date. For the strategy, you all know my strategy, right? Let me give you a sample or an example of the strategy. Maybe this is not the best example. They all look the same, but I want to look for something easy for the eye, right? Alright, so this one is good. So basically what we want to say is we want to see a zone, right? We want to see a price put in a low, alright? And this is a bullish example. We want to see a price sweep that low with only wicks. Body closure above the candle that causes sweep. Price return back to the 30% at least, right? To take my entry, and then as you can see, stop loss below this one right here, right? Let me give you another example. I shared this in my Twitter account, so as you can see, a beautiful example. We have a zone right here. Price put in all these beautiful smooth edges. One more time, coming back into them, sweeping all of them, right? And we're gonna focus on the one that we have rejection on and the body closure above the candle that causes sweep. We do have that right here. Return back 30% and then taking the trade. So basically this is the strategy, right? So this is what we're gonna use on this platform, right? So let's choose a random date. Let's go to 2018. It is gonna be like this. Monday, Tuesday, that looks good. Alright, so let's get our date. And it's gonna be at this one, right? So let's go to FX Replay. Great platform. You can always use my code. I don't even remember the coupon code, but you can find it down below in the description. Let's set an account balance. We're gonna use NQ for this one. And for the time frames, we're gonna focus on the 1 minute for execution, right? We're also gonna take some entries on the 2 minute, 3 minute based on what we have, right? So I believe this is the correct date. All right. Now let's start the backtesting session. Let's remove any old drawings. And let's move on to 10:30, right? All right, beautiful. New York time as always. And let's start the backtesting session. So we're gonna target 2 hours and we're gonna let the probabilities play out, right? I'm not gonna try to explain every single move. Instead, I'm gonna start moving price, and when I stumble into a potential setup, I'm gonna stop there, explain what I'm seeing, and then we're gonna see what's going to happen, the output, right? So we're gonna backtest the whole day, right, till 4 p.m. All right, so let's get started. Always check the higher time frame, see what's going on the higher time frame. Annotate old drawings, old moves before each expansion. Remember, before each expansion, there will be, most of the times, there will be a sweep, right? And that is the whole point of our model. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my analysis, keep quiet, and I'm going to move price quickly. I'm going to speed up the video, and again, when I see a potential setup, I'm going to stop and try to explain it to you guys, all right? Okay, so this one is a potential setup, although we still have a lot of areas to mitigate. Right here, this looks like a potential setup, maybe a quick scalp, and we have some targets right here. So let me outline the targets. We have this smooth edges, so we don't have a single sweep, except maybe this one, but this looks like a beautiful target. Just because we have beautiful target, I'm willing to take this trade, right? Let's see if we're gonna get an entry. So the entry from the 30%, and let's target 2R, right? But if price will liquidate those highs, and then I'm gonna remove the limit order, right? Beautiful, perfect, guys. This is just perfect. I like seeing my setup works by logic. A lot of times I get like price will go all the way to the 50, 70, so I try to log it right here. So for example, when I log the trade, I state whether this is an expansion or a pullback. Like for example, this is expansion, right? We are trading to the upside, we swept a low, and we are expecting another expansion. Pullback is sweeping this, for example, sweeping this high and then pulling back lower. That's a pullback, but this is an expansion. We like expansion trades. I put my execution time frame, the 1 minute, whether it is a win or loss, and the RR based on the 30% entry, right? Just like this one, and then whether it gave me 1-to-1 from the 50%, whether it went to all these targets, right? And as you can see, a lot of times price will go to the 50%. So for example, I took this from these trades. So let's say, for example, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades. So basically 7 of them topped into the 50%, right? So this is something I'm trying to find value in it, maybe extract something that's going to help me to improve my edge, right? Anyway, let's return back to the actual backtesting, but these things are very important, guys. So, okay, beautiful 2R. Oh, let's, I can see that there is a sweeps on the upside and we have that model, but I'm not really, I don't like to take pullbacks. When I take pullbacks, let me show you an example of a pullback trade, right? So let's pull this one right here. It would be this one, right? So this one price is bullish, right? On the 1 minute time frame, we are bullish. So for me, this is not an expansion leg, although on the higher time frame, we are bearish, right? This is a higher time frame zone, but this is still not convincing for me to call it an expansion. I'm not very convinced that this sweep is going to be responsible for price to trade all the way to here and start a new expansion leg on the higher time frame, right? So for me, this is only a pullback. So, and as you can see, it is a pullback. This is why I label it as a pullback. So when I take pullbacks, it needs to be perfect, right? Inside a higher time frame zone, not like this. This is like we are really in a bullish market, so you don't want to reverse that. You're gonna get a lot of resistance, right? Not smooth like trading with the actual trend. So let's keep moving. Now I want to see price trade lower into these zones. I don't want to push it right here with buying. As you can see, price now right here return back into not really the 50%. Okay. It looks like that we are starting a new expansion leg. All right. We have now this zone to work with. This whole zone. Let's make it in green. There is no lows near the 50%. I can see we have this low right here, right? Maybe this one. Price is really, really bullish. As you can see, we have some, the setup is presenting itself right here. For example, we have this sweep inside the zone, closing above this, return back into this candle, and then trading to the upside. Yes, you can take these setups, but not all the setups are optimal. For example, if the setup happens here, it's better than a setup happens here in terms of probabilities, right? Now let's continue. But of course, I'm not going to let price run without me and wait for this zone. If price expanded really higher, then I'm going to start to look for other opportunities. The 1 minute is very rewarding, so I don't have to go to the 2 minute. Sometimes I need to go to the 2 minute when we have a lot of body closures below lows or highs on the 1 minute. So I'm going to look for the sweep in other zones. So it looks like that we have the model right here. Let's see what's going to happen, right? It doesn't matter the outcome. Okay, let's put our trade right here. Although this is the optimal area, but we have some highs right here to target. All right, now let's place our order. Since we are trading with 2 hours, it looks like I guess I'm gonna move my stop loss. So based on my journal, when price goes to like 1 hour, there is no need to keep the stop loss at the original place. It's better to move it to break even, right? So for example, right here, when I say that price went to 1 hour and then it kept going to 1.5 to 2 and all the way to 3 hour, like in this one or this one, I don't know. Like most of the times, 99% of the times, price doesn't return to the entry area, right? So it just keep going down or keep going up. So this information, it doesn't look very important, but it is very important. So it lets you move your stop loss to the break-even area. Like if price goes to 1 hour, using this strategy, 99% of the times, it will not come back to the entry zone and then go to 2R and then go to 3R. Most of the times when it comes to the break-even zone or the entry zone, it will just keep going to the stop loss, right? So this is the reason why I should move my stop loss to break even, or maybe this. I don't care. I should have moved my stop loss right here. As you can see, beautiful, right? So based on my analysis or my data gathering, so let me give you an example right here. Once we see this, and then price come back to the entry and start trading higher, from here, when it reaches that 1R, it will either, two scenarios, it will either keep going up to the upside to hit the 2R, 2.5, 3R, or from here, it will return back to the entry and then keep going down, right? So this information will let me move my stop loss once price reaches the 1R, move my stop loss to the break-even zone. All right. So this is like a break-even trade. All right, another beautiful trade. So what happened right here? We have another sweep, right? Beautiful sweep. We are still inside the zone, right? Liquidating this low. We have the CSS confirmation. Let me remove the zone and zoom in. The sweep, the close back inside the range. So we have the close above the candle that goes sweep, right? Return back to the 30%. So in this case, it went to the 50%. So when I go to here, I will put like this. This was part of an expansion. I will write the 1 minute. It was a win, 2R, and the potential, I'm gonna let it run and see where it all goes. And here I'm gonna write, it gave me 1-to-1 from the 50%. Right, so how this information will help me, right? How this information will help me. When I gather 100 trade, right? When I gather 100 trade, if most of the trades price will go to the 50%, that means I can raise my RRs to really high targets. Like for example, if let's say for example, all of these trades, right? All of these trades, let's see 70% of them hit 3R, right? 70% of 10 trades, so that's 7 trades of them, 7 winners, they hit 3R, right? They all went to 3R. So let's say for example, from those 7 winners, the 5 of them all give an entry from the 50%. So price went beyond 30% and hit the 50%. So that means that I can add like a easy 1.5 R here, and it will give me 4.5 R, right? So this is how you analyze, how you effectively analyze your trading journal, right? So you can have the confidence to hold your trades. You are not holding your trades because you saw the daily drawn liquidity or because we have an MMXM in the play. No, because you have actual data to back it up, right? So this is a beautiful setup, and let's see how it goes. So in this case, it went back to the break-even zone and then traded to upside for higher targets. But as you can see, it gave me 2.6 R from the 30%. So let's see if from the 50% how much it gave me. As you can see, 4.6 R. So this is the importance of this tab right here. All right, so let's remove this. Let's keep going. So normally I would stop right here because 4R is more than enough for me for the day. Okay, so this is the start of a new expansion leg. So as you can see how beautiful the expansions are, quick, smooth. And we have news right here. Oh, okay, so this is the interest rate decision. Okay, and we have another news, FOMC. All right, so this is not the best time to trade, especially on the 1 minute. On the higher time frame, you can trade these moves, but on the 1 minute, you can get liquidated quickly with a sudden move. So let's see what's going to happen right here. I hope you are finding these videos informative, guys. Leave a comment down below. All right, nothing happened. What's going on? FOMC press conference. Maybe it's not the real FOMC. I don't know. Okay, so let's see if we have another setups. So as you can see, price came back to this zone that we talked about earlier, right? It did mitigate most of the upper portion of this zone, right? Maybe in the future we're gonna see another sweep. And there was a nice sweep right here inside this zone. I didn't see it. In this case, only the 30% was hit. Alright, so as you can see, this is one of the examples that I talked about. If we put our stop loss at the break-even zone, price didn't return back to it, right? And then it traded to the upside. Alright, we have a sweep right here, although I don't like to buy this high. And also we doesn't have any targets, so we liquidated these smooth edges, so there's nothing to target now. Price really didn't give any entry, as you can see, no entry from the 30%. As you can see, mitigating this zone right here. Beautiful. We don't have really any sweeps right here. We have some sweeps on the upside, but as you can see, before this move happened, just like I told you earlier, most of the times before each sweep or before each expansion leg, you will find a sweep. Beautiful sweep. With another expansion leg. Let's go to the 5 minute. See how that looks like. Clean day, I'm not gonna lie. Not all the days are this clean. And just directional. Alright, so this is the end of the session, right? As you can see, a random day from here. And I showed you how I journal. I showed you how I look at the markets, how you can prioritize buys over sells, right? And I hope you found this informative. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments or DM me in my Twitter account and I will answer you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading and good luck.